Let's talk about how to check for prefixes and suffixes on Python strings. We have a couple strings, and we'd like to check whether one string is a prefix of another. We could do that by getting the length of the prefix string and then slicing the other string to get the same prefix from it, and then comparing those strings to see whether they're equal. If we wanted to check whether one string was a suffix of another, we could do the same thing using negative indexes and slicing from the end of the string. This all works, but this code is more awkward than it needs to be. Strings in Python have a startswith method that will check whether a given string is a prefix of our string. Strings also have an endswith method that will check whether one string is a suffix of another string. I find the startswith and endswith methods a lot more readable than the equivalent slicing code. The startswith method accepts strings, but it can also accept a tuple of strings. When a tuple is passed to startswith, it will check whether any of the strings within the tuple are prefixes. The endswith method also supports either a string for a single suffix or a tuple of strings for multiple possible suffixes. What if you need to remove a possible prefix or suffix? Well, you could pair startswith or endswith with string slicing. Here, we've removed the male2 prefix from this string. This works, but again, there's a better way. Strings also have a remove prefix method, which basically does exactly that. If the prefix is found, a new string is returned with the prefix removed. If the prefix isn't found, the original string is returned. The remove suffix method works the same way, but for a possible suffix at the end of the string. Note that while the startswith and endswith methods can accept a tuple to check for multiple possible prefixes or suffixes, the remove prefix or remove suffix methods only accept strings, so they can only remove one prefix or suffix at a time. If you've seen the various string strip methods, you might be wondering how are remove prefix and remove suffix any different from the lstrip and rstrip methods? Well, lstrip accepts any number of characters, and it returns a new string with all occurrences of any of those characters removed from the beginning of the string. Unlike remove prefix, lstrip works with individual characters. Also, lstrip removes all leading characters that match, while remove prefix removes just the first prefix. So remove prefix removes just one occurrence of a leading substring, while lstrip removes all occurrences of specific leading characters. The rstrip method does the same thing as lstrip, but for the end of a string, and the strip method matches characters from both ends of a string. So if you're actually trying to remove any number of repetitions of a specific character from either end of a string, you probably want one of the strip methods. To check for a string prefix or suffix, use the startswith or endswith string methods. To remove a string prefix or suffix, use the remove prefix or remove suffix methods. If you need to remove repeated characters from either end of a string, check out the various strip methods instead.